The government is chasing COVID-19 fines. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because I want to have a look at this article from news.com.au. Nearly all COVID-19 fines haven't been paid. The vast majority of Victoria's COVID-19 fines have been left unpaid. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, fantastic, it's the government coming to their senses and realizing that people who've been hammered by lockdown after lockdown after lockdown, and usually the lower socioeconomic groups of Australians, those in the retail sector who just can't work because it's illegal, and went out to voice their protest and their opinion, maybe the government is seeing sense now that COVID's pretty much old news and giving up on the fines, forgiving the fines. That's what I was suspecting. But no, of course not. This is an income stream, a revenue stream for the government. It might be one house they don't have to charge stamp duty on. We can't have that. And that developer tax, that's only 1%. Bloody, why is anyone still in Victoria? The weather's cold, okay? It's shit weather there. I know, I grew up there. It actually snowed once in the town I lived, just in Coldstream near Lilydale. It snowed there. We're not talking to the mountains. Why do people live there? And you got to put up with Dan Andrews and all this rubbish. Only a fraction of the more than 11,000 fines issued last year for COVID-19 breaches in Victoria have been paid. An overwhelming majority of COVID-19 fines issued in Victoria last year remain unpaid. I've said that twice. The Victorian government is chasing thousands of residents and businesses for fines ranging from $200 for not wearing a mask to $4,957 for unlawful gatherings, the ABC reports. Unlawful gatherings charged nearly $5,000 in Australia. Data obtained by the broadcaster showed only about 6% of the 11,362 COVID-related fines issued in 2021 have been paid, reflecting millions of dollars of revenue for the government. Authorities withdrew or cancelled 2,321 notices, leaving more than 8,200 outstanding. The fines continue to loom over some Australians who were hit hard during the pandemic. During lockdowns, Melburnians were subject to strict lockdown rules and were only allowed outside for caregiving, medical appointments, limited outdoor exercise, and authorised work. At times, a curfew was in place, and visiting other homes was banned. Amala, whose real name was withheld, was living in transitional housing with her 3 young children and was missing mental health checkups due to family responsibilities. The 25-year-old single mother, who had a history of depression and anxiety and enduring family violence, took her children to the outskirts of Melbourne on July 2020 to stay with extended family when the burden became too much. The police soon came knocking on her door, tipped off by a watchful neighbour. The police soon came knocking on her door, tipped off by watchful neighbours. This is the type of shit that's happening in Australia, okay? Neighbours spying on neighbours, reporting you to the the police. It's just sad to read. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Authorities said she didn't have a valid reason to leave home and fined her $1,652 for breaching strict stay-at-home directions. Her lawyer, Youth Laws, Justin Jaramillo, said Amala had been confused by the fast-changing regulations as English was her second language. Amala's case is one of hundreds flooding the desks of community legal centres over the last 2 years. Damien Stock, Chief Executive of Inner Melbourne Community Legal, is calling for the fines to be waived completely. Yeah, I agree. Waive them. It's done. You've done the damage. Why punish these people anymore? It's not relevant now. The purpose of the fines was to ensure compliance. You got the media attention, you got it. Or are you thinking we'll need more lockdowns? Oh, I hear property might falter. We better force the plebs to save deposits to put more money in houses. Oh, wait. They need to rush out and save money to buy their $40 fake meat bullshit. Lock them down. And I bet you Dan will get in again. I bet you he'll get in again. Anyone who has any sense is getting out of Victoria. You know, I guarantee it. We've read it before in articles. Just seeing the population shift in the ABS stats. He'll get in again. Shit, I hope not, but he will. There should never have been fines issued in response to a public health emergency, he told the ABC. I think now, with the benefit of 2 years' hindsight, we recognise we may have overreacted. Victorians who ignore their fines face the prospect of personal items being repossessed by the Victorian Sheriff, or in worst cases, an arrest warrant could be issued. Fines do not expire, and all debt will continue to be collected and enforced, a Victorian government spokesperson said. What a bloody dog. Fines do not expire. Let's talk about this one. Welcome to Australia. The biggest nanny state in the world. A Benthian socialism to the extreme. I mean, our treasurer was dictating super funds to withdraw out of Russia. Why the hell is that happening? That's not a free market. Not at all. That's much more similar with socialist policies, everyone, or fascist policies, where the state dictates to what should be private enterprise. We're forced by the state to put our money in the bloody things. And look at this here. A government spokesperson who wouldn't even use their real name. And notice how this article was written by staff writers, so they don't want to be, no one wants to get harassed over this, because they're idiots out there that love the lockdowns. They love them. They think the lockdowns kept them safe. There's research coming out now, more and more, that the effectiveness of them is questionable. Look at Sweden. Okay? There you go. They should forgive the fines. This is getting ludicrous. People need to remember how they are being taught by the bureaucrats. Pauline Hanson just did a cartoon. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It is hilarious. It reminds me of Rubbery Figures back in the day, but just the bureaucratic class, the Canberra swamp. These people think they're better than you. And we're paying for them. It's bullshit. Bullshit. Neighbours dominant neighbours. I don't know. How many neighbours know each other anymore these days? You trust yours? Thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments below. If you're a fan and want to help out, you can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up for SelfWealth or Stake, or use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent, Reserve, or AussieBroadband. And I will make sure to find a video about neighbours snitching on neighbours and putting it here. I don't know. They just want their money. Bullshit.